Before we begin today's lecture, let's just go back to our last lecture and refresh two fundamentals to understand the third concept better. Three main types of management: project management, program management, and portfolio management are distinct disciplines that help organizations effectively plan, execute, and control initiatives at different levels of complexity and scope. Here are definitions for each. 1. Project management. Project management involves planning, organizing, and controlling the activities required to achieve specific goals within a defined scope, timeline, and budget. It focuses on delivering a unique output, product, or service, often involving a team of individuals with diverse skills. Project management ensures that the project's objectives are met while managing constraints such as time, cost, quality, and resources. Example: creating a new software application, building a bridge, organizing an event. 2. Program management. Program management involves overseeing a group of related projects and initiatives that are managed and coordinated together to achieve strategic objectives. A program consists of projects that share resources, dependencies, and outcomes. Program management ensures alignment between projects, optimizes resource utilization, and addresses interdependencies. Example: developing multiple products within a technology suite, managing various construction projects for a city's infrastructure improvement. Portfolio management. Portfolio management focuses on selecting and managing a collection of programs, projects, and other initiatives to achieve an organization's strategic objectives. It involves assessing the overall value, risks, and alignment of initiatives within the portfolio, making decisions on resource allocation, and balancing the portfolio's mix to maximize the organization's return on investment. Example: managing a company's entire portfolio of IT projects, prioritizing marketing campaigns across different product lines. In summary, project management handles individual projects, program management coordinates related projects to achieve larger goals, and portfolio management oversees the strategic alignment and resource allocation of multiple programs and projects to maximize organizational value. This is the continuation from the previous lecture. Portfolio management involves aligning an organization's projects and programs with its strategic objectives. Effective change management practices from PMI standards are essential for managing change at the organizational level, such as making sure changes fit the big plan, which is strategic alignment. Imagine we're all in a big puzzle. Each piece needs to fit perfectly to create a beautiful picture. Well, our projects are like puzzle pieces, and we want them to fit our big plan. This is called strategic alignment. PMI says that when we change things in our projects, we need to make sure these changes help our big goals. For example, if we're building a city, we wouldn't want to change a park into a parking lot, right? Change management helps us make sure all changes fit our plan. Change management practices thus ensure that changes within an engineering portfolio align with the organization's strategic goals. Changes that don't contribute to the overall mission can be evaluated and either modified or discarded. Using resources wisely is like sharing toys. Think about sharing toys with your friends. If someone is playing with a toy you need, you have to wait or find another toy. Resources are like our toys. and we need to use them wisely in projects. In engineering, if we're building many things, like roads and buildings, sometimes we need to change how we use our materials and workers. Change management helps us do this without causing problems for other projects. PMI standards therefore stress the importance of efficient resource allocation. In engineering portfolios, changes might necessitate shifts in resource allocation. Effective change management helps organizations adapt to resource changes without compromising other projects or programs. Seeing how well we're doing is like checking your progress, also called performance measurement. Imagine playing a game and checking how many points you've scored. That's like measuring your progress. In projects, we want to see if we're doing well, too. PMI says we should measure how we're doing in our projects. In engineering, if we're changing how we build a bridge, we need to see if the changes are helping or making things harder. Change management helps us check if we're on the right track. PMI's emphasis on measuring performance is relevant to engineering portfolios. Change management practices help track the impact of changes on key performance indicators, allowing organizations to make informed decisions based on real-time data. Let's discuss the relationship between change management and project management. Imagine you're on a team, building a huge tower out of blocks. You need to work together, communicate well, and make sure each block fits perfectly. That's how change management and project management work together. Change management is like a team captain who makes sure everyone knows what's happening and that changes are smooth. Project management is like a skilled builder who plans every step to make the tower strong and tall. Let's now understand change management and project management. Change management is all about making changes in a smart way. Think about rearranging your room. You need to plan where to put things, ask for help if needed, and make sure everything still works well. While project management is like building a model from a kit. You have clear steps to follow, and you need to make sure each piece fits perfectly. It's about making a plan, doing the work, and reaching your goal. The special bond between them, just like our captain and builder need to talk and work together to make the tower awesome. Change management and project management need a strong connection too. When an organization wants to make big changes, they need a plan and a team to manage those changes. That's where project management comes in. It gives structure to how changes happen. Change management ensures the team is ready for changes, and project management guides the team in carrying out those changes. It's like teamwork for the organization's success. Let's now discuss how change management uses project management as the key driver in executing organizational strategy. First on the list is alignment with organizational strategy. Let's see what aligning with the big picture is like. Imagine we're all part of a big team working together to build a fantastic city. Each of us has a special job to do. But wait, what if some of us start building things that don't fit the city's plan? That's where alignment comes in. Change management is like a guide that helps us stay on the right path. It makes sure every change we want to make fits with the big city plan. Project management is like the vehicle that drives us along that path, helping us make those changes while keeping the city's goals in mind. Now let's see the relation of organizational strategy and change management. Organizational strategy is like the big map that shows us where we want to go. Just like in our city project, it's the plan that tells us how the city should look in the end. Change management ensures that any changes we make in our project match the big plan on the map. It's like making sure that when we add a new building to our city, it doesn't mess up the whole plan. Project management thus serves as the driver. Think of project management as the driver of our vehicle. It's the one who takes us from one part of the city to another while following the map. By using project management, we can make sure that each change we make fits with our city's goals. It's like the driver making sure we don't take any wrong turns that would lead us away from our final destination. Second on the list is scope and objective management. Imagine you're planning a big party. You decide how many people will come, what kind of food to serve, and what games to play. These are like the scope and objectives of your party. In projects, like building a new playground, we need to decide what we want to achieve, the objectives, and what we're going to do, the scope. Project management helps us plan all this out before we start. Now, how does scope and changes work together? Picture this: you're painting a beautiful picture, and suddenly you want to add some extra colors. Change management helps you make sure these new colors match the picture and enhance its beauty. In projects, scope and changes need to work together too. Project management defines what we're doing, and change management ensures that any changes we make still fit within our project's plan. Moving forward on the list is stakeholder engagement. Imagine you're organizing a big picnic, and you want everyone to have a fantastic time. You need to talk to your friends, your parents, and even the park manager to make sure everything goes smoothly. That's stakeholder engagement. In projects, like building a new playground, we also need to talk to the right people. These people are our stakeholders, those who care about our project. Change management and project management help us build strong bridges with these stakeholders. Now, looking into project management's connection. Imagine you're a conductor leading an orchestra. You need to make sure each musician knows their part and plays it perfectly. Project management is like conducting the team, including the stakeholders, to achieve harmony. In projects, project management helps us involve stakeholders in the process. It's like the conductor helping everyone play the right notes. It makes sure that everyone understands the changes and their importance. Just like magic, when we involve stakeholders, the project becomes smoother and more successful. People feel heard and important, and they're more likely to support the changes. Stakeholder engagement is like inviting everyone to the picnic. We share the excitement, discuss plans, and work together for a wonderful experience. Fourth is risk management. It's like detecting storm clouds. Imagine you're planning a picnic, and you look at the sky. You see dark clouds, so you know it might rain. That's like spotting potential problems before they happen. This is called risk management. In projects, like building a new playground, we need to find out if there are any possible problems. Project management helps us with this. It's like having a special radar that looks for storm clouds. How risk management and mitigation work together. Imagine you're in a boat, and there's a chance of a storm. You bring life jackets and know where the safe spots are. This is mitigation, finding ways to stay safe when problems arise. In projects, risk management helps us spot potential problems, and mitigation is like bringing those life jackets. Change management and project management work together to make sure changes are safe and won't cause big issues. Risk management and change management create a safer path. Just like having an umbrella when it rains, when we combine risk management and change management, we're better prepared for unexpected challenges. By working together, we make sure that when we change something, we do it in a way that won't cause big problems. It's like adding a roof to our picnic area so we can still have fun even if it rains. Fifth is communication and transparency. Effective communication is like sharing secrets. 2 minutes. Imagine you have a secret treasure map, and you want to find the treasure with your friends. You need to share the clues and plans so everyone is on the same page. That's effective communication. In projects, like building a new playground, we need to share important information with our team and others. Project management helps us do this. It's like making sure everyone knows where the treasure is hidden. How communication and transparency work together. Imagine you're building a sandcastle with your team. If everyone knows which part to work on, things go smoothly. Communication is like telling your team what you're doing, so everyone stays on the same page. In projects, communication helps us work well together. Transparency, which is like being honest and open, is important too. By telling everyone the reasons behind changes, we build trust, just like when we show our sandcastle plans to our friends. Lastly, how communication and change management create a strong connection. Just like talking to your friends and sharing your excitement makes playing games more fun, clear communication and change management make projects smoother. When we communicate well, it's easier for everyone to understand what's happening. Change management makes sure we communicate the change's impact and benefits, so everyone is excited about our new swing set or slide. Sixth is resource allocation and timing. Allocating resources is like sharing toys. Imagine you and your friends are building a fantastic Lego city together. Each friend brings different blocks to create the city. Project management is like making sure everyone gets the right blocks and knows what to build. In projects, like building a new playground, resources are things like time, materials, and people. Project management helps us share these resources in a smart way so we can finish our project on time and make sure everyone's part is perfect. Working together, resource allocation and timing. 1 minute. Picture this: you're baking cookies, and you need to use the oven and mix ingredients at the right time. If you don't follow the recipe, the cookies might not turn out well. This is timing and resource allocation. In projects, project management helps us follow a timeline, like a recipe, and allocate resources correctly. Change management ensures that any changes we make fit well into this timeline and don't mess up our delicious project outcome. Harmony in action, resource allocation and change management. 1 minute. Just like playing music in a band sounds great when everyone follows the rhythm, combining resource allocation and change management makes projects go smoothly. When we work together, we make sure changes happen without causing confusion or delays. It's like adjusting the volume of each instrument in a band to create the perfect harmony. Seventh is monitoring and controlling. Monitoring project performance is like keeping score. Imagine you're playing a race car game on your console. You want to win, so you check your lap times and see if you're getting faster. This is like monitoring your performance. In projects, like building a new playground, we need to see if we're moving towards our goals. Project management helps us do this. It's like having a scoreboard that shows how well we're doing. How monitoring and control work together. Imagine you're building a tower out of blocks, and some blocks start wobbling. You adjust them to make the tower steady. That's control, making sure things stay on track. In projects, project management helps us control our progress, and change management helps us control how well changes are working. By working together, we ensure our tower, project, stands strong. How monitoring and change management share seamless harmony. Just like following a map while hiking helps you stay on the right trail, combining monitoring and change management guides our projects to success. When we monitor how we're doing and keep an eye on changes, we can quickly adjust if things aren't going as planned. It's like taking a different route if you find a roadblock on your hike. 8 is continuous improvement. Making things even better is like polishing a diamond. Imagine you're polishing a precious gemstone, making it shine brighter. That's what continuous improvement is all about, making things better over time. In projects, like building a new playground, we want to learn from our experiences. Project management helps us do this. It's like looking at the gemstone closely and finding ways to make it even more beautiful. Continuous improvement is a force for progress. Imagine you're a chef cooking a delicious meal. After you finish, you taste it to see if it needs more flavor. This is like evaluating your work to make it better. In projects, project management evaluates how things went and what could be improved. Change management does the same for changes. By working together, they help us make projects and changes even better next time. Continuous improvement and change management grow through harmony. Just like planting seeds and taking care of them makes a garden bloom beautifully, combining continuous improvement and change management helps our projects and changes grow and thrive. When we learn from what we did and adjust our future plans, we're like gardeners who make sure our garden is even more vibrant and full of life. Change management is like the guide that helps us make important changes while staying on track. It's like having a roadmap that shows us how to reach our destination. And guess what? Project management is like the driver of the vehicle that takes us on this journey. They work together like a team. When we're building something, like a new playground, we might have cool ideas along the way, like adding more swings. Change management makes sure these ideas are good for the bigger plan, like checking if the new swings will fit with the other play equipment. It uses project management as a map to know where and when these changes can happen. But here's the real magic: when the project is already moving forward, project management might face unexpected bumps in the road. Maybe the weather changes or some materials aren't available. This is where change management jumps in, like a superhero, to help adjust things smoothly. It's like having a backup plan ready to keep the project going strong. Imagine you're baking cookies and realize you need a little more sugar. Change management is like adding that extra sugar, but project management is like adjusting the baking time to make sure your cookies still come out perfect. They're a team that makes sure the changes fit well and don't mess up the bigger goal. And guess what happens when change management and project management work hand in hand? We get the best of both worlds. Changes are made in a smart and organized way, like adding sprinkles to your cookies. They make them even more awesome. And the project keeps moving ahead smoothly, like a well-orchestrated song, creating something amazing. So, in simple words, change management and project management are like partners in crime, always working together to make sure our projects not only succeed but also become even better than we imagined. Just like teamwork makes the dream work, these two make sure our engineering projects become true success stories. Let's see how change and project management are interdependent. Change management and project management are intertwined and complementary processes that collaborate to ensure successful change initiatives. Project management focuses on delivering the technical aspects of a change, while change management addresses the people-oriented aspects, such as ensuring user adoption and minimizing resistance. The phases of change and project management. Change management phases. 1. Preparing for change. Assess the need for change, identify stakeholders, and create a change management plan. 2. Managing change. Communicate the change, engage stakeholders, and address resistance to ensure successful adoption. 3. Reinforcing change. Monitor adoption, gather feedback, and provide ongoing support to sustain the change. Project management phases, typically using the PMBOK framework. 1. Initiation. Define the project scope, objectives, and stakeholders. 2. Planning. Develop a project plan, including tasks, resources, timelines, and risks. 3. Execution. Implement the project plan, manage resources, and complete project deliverables. 4. Monitoring and controlling. Track project progress, monitor performance, and manage changes. 5. Closing. Finalize project deliverables, obtain stakeholder approval, and close out the project. Collaboration points between change and project management. Stakeholder identification. Both disciplines collaborate to identify stakeholders and their roles in the change initiative. Communication planning. Change management supports project management by developing effective communication strategies to keep stakeholders informed and engaged. Risk management. Change management identifies potential resistance and emotional impacts, helping project management anticipate and mitigate risks related to adoption. Benefits of integration. Smooth transition. Effective collaboration ensures a smoother transition for employees, minimizing disruptions and productivity losses during change. User adoption. Change management enhances user buy-in and adoption, ensuring that project deliverables are effectively utilized. Reduced resistance. Addressing resistance early through change management strategies reduces delays and costs associated with project execution. Improved ROI. When employees embrace change quickly, the project's expected return on investment, ROI, can be achieved more rapidly. 6. Leadership roles in integration. Project managers, responsible for delivering project objectives, managing tasks, resources, and timelines. Change managers, responsible for understanding the human impact of the change, developing strategies to manage resistance, and ensuring successful adoption. Let's now discuss the project management fundamentals, the 7 R's of change management. The 7 R's of change management is a framework that provides a checklist of factors to consider and address when planning and implementing organizational change. Each R represents a critical aspect that can influence the success of a change initiative. Here's a brief explanation of each of the 7 R's. 1. Reason. Clearly communicate the reason for the change. People need to understand why the change is happening, what problems it aims to solve, and how it aligns with the organization's goals. 2. Return. Define the expected return on investment, ROI, or benefits that the change will bring. This involves quantifying the positive impact the change will have on the organization. 3. Risks. Identify and assess potential risks associated with the change. Understand the challenges, obstacles, and potential negative outcomes, and develop strategies to mitigate or manage them. 4. Resources. Ensure that you have the necessary resources, human, financial, technological, etc., to successfully implement the change. Lack of resources can hinder progress and effectiveness. 5. Roles. Clarify the roles and responsibilities of various stakeholders involved in the change process. Assign clear ownership of tasks and ensure that everyone knows their part in making the change successful. 6. Relationships. Consider how the change will affect relationships within the organization. Identify key stakeholders and how the change might impact them, positively or negatively. 7. Resistance. Anticipate and address potential resistance to the change. Understand that people often resist change due to fear, uncertainty, or perceived negative impacts. Develop strategies to manage and mitigate resistance. By systematically addressing these 7 R's, organizations can increase the likelihood of successful change implementation. This framework helps ensure that all essential factors are considered, leading to smoother transitions and better outcomes for the organization and its employees. Now let's see how can we ensure that the changes are managed properly. Step 1 is to defining the change request. Imagine you're building a sandcastle, and suddenly your friend suggests adding a moat. This is like a change request. It's when someone wants to change something in a project. It could be adding something new or doing things differently. In projects, we start by defining what exactly needs to change. This is the first step. We write down what the change is and why it's needed. This step is really important so everyone knows what's happening. Step 2 is submitting and reviewing. Now, think of a suggestion box at school. When you want to suggest something, you put your idea inside. In projects, we submit the change request to the team, just like putting your suggestion in the box. Once the team has the change request, they review it. They check if the change is a good idea and if it fits with the project. It's like when teachers check if a new game is safe and fun to play. Step 3 is creating response and deciding. Imagine you're making a list of ways to change your room. You can paint the walls, get new curtains, or move the furniture. These are your options. In projects, we also think about different options for the change. We create a response document that explains the different options and their pros and cons. It's like having a list to help us decide what's best. Once we decide, we get approval, just like when you ask your parents before changing your room. And the last step is final decision and approval. After thinking about all the options, we make the final decision. It's like choosing the best idea for your room. Then, we get approval, which means the important people say it's okay to make the change. This step is like getting the green light to make the change. Once we have approval, we can start working on the change in our project. You're now experts in managing changes in projects. Remember, change management can involve various steps depending on the scope of the project. However, there will always be a basic action plan that remains common in all cases. This flowchart here can help outline most of the factors involved in the change control. First, we define the change request that looks into the type of change, reason of change, scope of work, current state, future stats, concepts, and organizational readiness with regard to the change. Second is the detail involved, such as process change, people change, behavior change, information change, cost of change and risk involved. Third is the approach, which looks at the stakeholder analysis, resistance to change, role of change management team, etc. Fourth thing here is implement, which takes into the account the action plan, communication plan, training plan, business system plan, resistance plan, transition management, readiness review, and escalation process. Last is to monitor the impact of the change, which is the reporting, sensing behavior, and overall management review.